Hi, good afternoon, everyone. It's Monday, October 18th. It's about 12:46 p.m. here in Chicago, and I just listened to a post from Fanan's channel, and Fanan was telling us about how Derek James basically said, I'm not quoting Fanan, I'm just basically repeating what Fanan said in my own words. Derek James basically said that, oh, Bud's going to be dealing with a damaged Shawn Porter because of Spence. Like, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little annoyed by that comment. Like, Derek James, that's a damn lie and you know it. I was at the Spence versus Porter fight, and Spence didn't take shit out of nobody. That was a very competitive fight. Yeah, he dropped him once. Big deal. Everybody said Bud got dropped, didn't they? Everyone talked about how Bud got dropped. Okay, good. We got two boxers who've been dropped before. How's that? You know, I don't get me wrong. I know that there are boxers who really are damaged goods. They really have been in fights that take a whole lot out of them. I don't see that at all in Shawn Porter versus Errol Spence. And what irritates me is I don't think Derek James saw it either. This is just people's attempt to take away credit in the event that Bud stops or destroys Shawn Porter, which I think he will. This is just an attempt to not give him credit. Like, why do people gotta be like that? It's like, stop it. There's nothing wrong with Shawn Porter. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. You know, it just that just irritates me. Like, I don't care how much you are Team A or Team B. Like, you don't have to play those games, you know, to take credit away from another fighter. Bud is a clean fighter. You know, people say that he fought some damaged fighters before. Okay, Khan, they said he was damaged goods. Now, before the Khan fight, I remember a majority of people saying, oh, that's going to be a competitive fight and Khan's definitely going to lead the early rounds. And then when the outcome of the fight was quite the opposite, everyone said Khan was damaged goods. Okay, that one I can kind of like say, okay, fine, whatever. Let's move on to a better fighter. Then they said the same thing. Kell Brook, prior to the Kell Brook fight, everybody had Kell Brook winning. Kell Brook showed up at the weigh-in looking like some weird kind of skeleton figure or something. And so I could kind of understand what people say, oh, yeah, he looked a mess and he's not the same. He looked drained. Okay, fine. Let's move on to a better fighter. Now we're at Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter, every fight he's been in has been competitive. I haven't seen Shawn Porter have any damage to him where something has been taken out of him. Like, I just think that's a cheap shot, you know, and I understand why he would do that. But if you're going to say that Shawn Porter is damaged good versus Bud, like, are you going to, if Bud and Spence ever happens, who's damaged goods when that, like, how long are we going to drag this on to where Bud's not going to get credit for fighting a top fighter? Like, this is the one. Shawn Porter is the one. Stop trying to lie and deceive people into thinking this isn't the fight. This is the fight. Yeah, we're waiting for Errol Spence versus Bud. Everybody's waiting for that. But guess what? The Porter versus Spence fight was very competitive. So if you wanted to play the triangle theory, you could say that this is going to give us a close enough gauge to how Bud versus Spence will play out. I personally don't believe that 100%, but I do think it'll give us a good gauge as to what can happen. You know, so I don't know. I'm not really putting my thoughts together properly right now, but I just know that I'm a little annoyed that Derek James said that. I think it's BS, but you know, maybe you guys disagree with me. Maybe you agree with Derek James. I just want to go on record. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. I don't think Porter has anything taken out of him prior to this Bud fight. You know, I just think it's a dirty tactic to take credit away from Bud. in the event that Bud wins or destroys or knocks out Porter, which I think it will be one of the latter. I think he will either destroy him or stop him. That's just my opinion. A lot of people think that's a ridiculous opinion. That's my opinion. But I just don't like that he said that. I think it's unfair. I think it's unfounded, because I don't see where he can gather data to where Shawn Porter is damaged goods. It irritates me, I'm gonna be honest. But if you guys think I totally missed certain aspects of what he's saying, or if you think I missed, his point, let me know. Or let me know if you agree with me. But that's just how I feel about it. But, I know boxing is very competitive, and it has become personal on some levels with certain people. And people are going to do what they're going to do and say what they're going to say. Team Bud has done it before. Team Spence has done it before. I just want this fight to get all the credit it deserves, regardless of who wins. Of course, I want Bud to win, but I want this fight to get all the credit it deserves. I don't want us going into the fight with people making up stories, it's not fair. But anyway, that's all for now. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, everyone.